Hey guys, it's Justin again with another video. This is going to be for Tutorial Tuesday, and again, as part of my weathering segment, I'm going to do a video showing a new weathering technique. So, what I've got here is the arm to the HG Nemo, and what I'm going to do is apply a cast iron kind of chipping effect on it, and this is basically just to kind of prep your surface for different types of effects. And the way this works is you kind of it's just a really uneven surface. It looks really bad, it looks really bumpy, and kind of like the sidewalk, I guess. It's really common to see, especially on Mecha, and it's a really easy effect to achieve. There's a couple different ways to achieve it using different things. Some people use putty, and they thin it down, and they put a little bit of like baby powder and stuff in it, and they kind of dab it onto the surface with a brush. Yeah, I've done that before, but I've found the easiest way to achieve this effect and to get a nice looking effect is you take just a little bit of glue. Now see, this is the one disadvantage of this is it only works on plastic. Otherwise you're going to have to use the other method. And you're going to kind of want to pick a surface. Now this is also important, is that you don't want to do like every single surface of your model. I've made that mistake, and it doesn't really work as well as you'd think. It helps to just kind of pick key areas that you think would benefit from this effect. So for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to do this entire bottom part. I might do both sides. I don't think I'm going to do the whole thing. It's really quick, really easy, really effective. So what you do is you just take some glue and you kind of deliberately go across the entire surface, and you just want to make sure that the entire surface is covered. Now what this does is it starts to melt that surface plastic. It makes it soft, it makes it gummy, it makes it really, really, really crappy. And then you go ahead and you tie this up. You take an old toothbrush. Please don't take one that you're going to use tomorrow. And you just kind of dab at it a little bit. And then you'll start swirling it around and doing different things. And you can see it's already pulling crap off the toothbrush. But slowly you'll mix that up, and it will start to, as the glue evaporates, it'll get tougher and tougher and tougher, and then the surface will pretty much go back to the way it was, for the most part. And you'll be left with something terrible looking like this. Now this is not the final effect, of course, but you're going to want to keep kind of hitting it a little bit here and there, and just agitate it. You want the surface to look really bad. Then you take some sandpaper, just for the sake of demonstration, because it's what I have here. I'm going to use 1000. I would say you could probably go as low as 800 grit. I wouldn't go too low, because the way sandpaper works is you got to think of this surface now as like it has a bunch of really tiny nubs on it. And rather than smooth this surface out so you can buff it and make it smooth again, you want it to stay rough. So you want to start with a higher grit, and you're just going to kind of very gently kind of go at it. And what that's going to do is smooth some of it out, but not all of it. And you'll have something like that. Now once you prime it and go over it and you can paint it, then you can start layering on different effects like chipping effects and things like that, and it will look a lot more natural, a lot better. Now again, the reason I say that you should be picky and choosy about where you do this is if you do it on the whole model is just going to look like it was made out of crap. Now realistically, I probably would have seamed this up, scribed the line the rest of the way across, and done like this bottom segment here, like under this panel line. Just take some masking tape, put it down against this, and then try your best not to go too far over. And then just done the bottom part, and then fixed around the cuff here. But it's entirely up to you. There's a million different ways you can apply this effect. There's a million different ways you can get the effect. And when you get it just right and you put those effects on it, it looks really nice and beat up. And it also helps sell your chipping. So it's pretty straightforward. It's a pretty easy technique to do, and it looks great. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Later.